Okay, I'm trying to make this real quick. I just wanted to demonstrate how to operate a slide action handgun with one hand, and this is two part, so we'll just start with this. It's horrible, by the way. This is freaking horrible, but you can do it. Just grasp the slide and rack it into your belly right there. It helps to put it on your belt, but I went hard mode and just pressed it right into my stomach there. That's freaking terrible. And so here's how we unload it. Just go ahead and drop the mag. And there you can see, unloaded. So, alright, I'll go ahead and do that again with my left hand just for fun. Let the hammer down. Not, obviously loading the magazines is a pain in the ass, but this is just one-handed operation for, if you're in the middle of a fight and one of your hands is injured. I'll show you can use either hand. Alright, ready? Here we go. I'm going to draw it, grasp the slide, and rack it just like that. Just jam it into yourself. It does not feel very good, but that's how we do it. Go ahead and unload it again. Just haven't practiced as much, but yeah, go ahead and drop the magazine. Terrible. See, it's easier if you use your belt, kind of distributes that force more. And there you see, unloaded. There's the bullet right there. So that's how you do it. Just jam the butt of the pistol right here into your belly or against your belt. And I'll go ahead and decock the hammers. It adds more force to have the magazine, but just this is the action right there. Just, that's it. Anyway, the other thing I was going to demonstrate for you guys was how to free float an AR-15. As you can see, this is an AR-15. It's not free floated. Anyway, the method is normally you might hold it like this. All you do is this. There you go. Free floating an AR-15. It's that easy. Cheapest, easiest, fastest method. Free floating an AR-15. Just, I wanted to show you this. It's a bit more difficult when you have the ready mag, but just as easy. Normal grip. It's not free floated, and I'm gonna go ahead and there you go. It's free floated, just like this. It's not loaded, but yeah, free floating. That's how you free float an AR-15. And yeah, I mean, I don't usually mess with that, but for those of you who are real sticklers about free floating for ultimate accuracy, but you just grabbed one in the field or whatever, this is it. Also, that's there for indexing, because even when you're not free floating, you want consistency in your grip. So that's why I leave this little Picatinny section here, just so I always grip it. I can feel that I index my hand. I index my hand on that rail. So I'm always holding the foregrip in the same position. So there you go, guys. Gun handling 101. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go review this footage. Hopefully I got everything in frame. I can't really see what I'm filming right now, but woo, that was fun. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate the views. Screw you, YouTube, for being anti-gun. Support the cause, shoot straight, train every day, because you never know when you might need it. Alright, I want to start this video with a shout out to Hughes Enterprises. I watched your video, Revolvers or Semi-Autos, my experience trying to CCW with one hand. And after watching that video is what inspired me to make this video. Yeah, so here's some semi-autos. and I just wanted to put in a few other things. Like obviously I'm not a wealthy person, and so I wanted to encourage all of you guys who do have money to spend on things. This is going to be a series of training videos with guns. Like, I never intended this to be a gun channel, but at this point I really don't care anymore. But what you'll see here is this is an actual 9x18 bullet, and it has a lot of scratches and damage from being chambered several times. And so basically, for safety purposes, I'm just encouraging everyone to get snap caps instead of training with live ammunition. They're not that expensive, but if you're really poor, you can train with live ammunition. But another comment to make about the differences between revolvers and semi-autos is, semi-autos will chew up brass and revolvers don't. So basically, if you reload, or even if you just chamber the same round over and over again, you're going to chew up the brass and you're eventually going to get bullet setback. And that's not a problem with revolvers. With revolvers, you can load and unload the gun as many times as you want, and you won't damage the brass at all. But with a semi-auto, every time you chamber that round, you're going to do some damage to the brass, even if you're really careful the way I am about it, where you get the rim of the round to go under the extractor instead of just slamming the slide home on it. Even then, you're going to be doing some damage to that brass over time every time it's chambered. So that's a nice advantage of revolvers. That's kind of all I wanted to say. And yeah, pretty much these are all of my slide action pistols that I own that are functional. I have one other slide pistol that's busted right now. As you can see, I'm not, that well off. And this is my latest one, and I brought this just to demo. See how that brass is like this is some number 4 shot for drones, and this is really old. They don't make this anymore. You can tell by the style of it, the copper and the crimping there. This is a very old shotgun shell, and they don't make them like this anymore. But if this was a semi-auto, every time I'd load and unload this, it would get chewed up. And I can't get any more of these. I'd have to hand load. But because it's a revolving pattern, I don't have to worry about my brass getting chewed up, and I can carry this pretty much indefinitely. I don't even know how old it is. I got this came with a used firearm, so I don't even know how old that shell is, but I carry it anyway because it's number 4 shot in a 410, which I think is pretty optimal for shooting at drones. But anyway, so that's all. That's kind of my intro there. And I'm going to be demonstrating in this video 2 things. One is how to chamber a round with a slide action pistol with one hand. And the other thing I'm going to demonstrate is how to free float an AR-15. Simple and cheap and fast. And that's all.